Hello, beautiful people. My name is Hajara Kwito. I'm the CEO and head chandler of Wambe Candles. Yay. And I like to host these conversations where I talk about the lessons I've learned in the course of entrepreneurship and business on my YouTube page and on my IGTV. So today I wanted to share some of the lessons that I learned from Unleash the Power Within, an event by the rocket of a human being, Tony Robbins. So I attended Unleash the Power Within in 2011 at the Excel Center in the UK. It's easily one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I can say that, like, easily one of the most amazing experiences of my life. You know, first, the environment, the learning environment, the information we received, and the way the information was passed was so immersive. It was so excellent. It was so turbocharged that the lessons I learned from that event, even though it's almost, we're in 2021, so even though it's almost 10 years after, are still fresh in my memory. There's still things I use almost on a daily basis, and there are things that, you know, I teach, I tell people, you know, consciously or unconsciously, I say, look, you know, how about you adjust like this, because they were so impactful. So today I wanted to share some of them with you. I'm hoping that, you know, it'll help you in life, it'll help you with your business, it'll help you with the way you think. And more importantly, I'm also hoping you attend UPW, because honestly, nobody can actually tell you about a Tony Robbins event. It has to be experienced, like you have to be in it to know what it's like. Okay, so let me first start by saying the UPW experience, that's called Unleash the Power Within, is an immersive experience. And the reason, so let me explain what an immersive experience is. An immersive experience would be if we were learning a language, for example, say we wanted to learn French. If we decided that we want to learn French and we wanted to get maybe a teacher who came into the, you know, your workplace or the house 3 times a week and taught you how to speak French, that would be a learning experience. And you would learn French, but you would learn it slower because you speak French during your classes, or when your teacher is around, you probably also ask your teacher questions in English and your teacher answers you or tells you how to respond to them in French, right? However, so that would be you learned French. Now, however, if you wanted to learn French and we sort of packed our bags and got on a plane and went to France to a family that only speaks French, and we said we're going to stay with them for 3 months until we spoke French perfectly. Now, what you did in that case was that you immersed yourself. You went where you had no other option, you know, like went under, no other option but to speak French, but to learn French and to speak it like the French people speak it. That's an immersive experience. That's the experience that UPW is like. You know, we go in, the training was for 4 days. I don't know if to call it a training, a conference, a seminar, a concert. It felt actually more like a concert. But it was for 4 days, and every day we started at 8 a.m. and we had 11, 12-hour days. Sometimes we're there till 8, sometimes we're there till past midnight, and we didn't get tired. That's the exciting thing, because one of the things that Tony Robbins teaches is how to manage your energy, how to galvanize the power that is within you so that you can actually achieve what you want to achieve. Now, he also says that one of the reasons why the experience is so immersive is because it's meant to sort of short circuit all the other things you know, all the stories you've been told, all the things you believing, all the things that are that made you that you came with, so that you put all of those to the side and allow yourself unleash your real power within. You know, like come out, decide what life is meant to be for yourself, and actually go on and live it. The Unleash the Power Within experience is meant to bring you out of your former conditioning and help you create a new standard, a new mindset, a new way that you want to live your life based on who you actually are and what your best gifts are. So it's immersive. It's immersive so it takes you out. It's immersive so there's no space for excuses. It's immersive so that you think differently about the outcomes you want. So that's it. That's an idea of the experience. On the first day of the conference, at some point, Tony shows us coals burning outside, like pieces of wood burning outside. They're actually set on fire. We see flames, they're burning, and we're like, oh, what's going on here? Why is there a bonfire outside? And then Tony tells us that we're going to walk on hot coals. Oh gosh. The idea was quite scary, but it was so interesting because by the time Tony was done talking to us about mind over matter, about our ability to do the impossible, and then actually teaching us the technique. So none of this was, it was voluntary. You didn't have to, nobody was going to shame you if you went out and refused to walk on the coals. It's, it's up to you. Everybody was just in their own peak state, but it's so interesting because I'm quite the ladylike lady, even if I say so myself. And so it's not one of the things that I would have thought as an individual that I would do. But you know what? I went out, I walked on hot coals, I came out unscathed. That was completely amazing. And up till now, 10 years later, a lot of the time when I face challenges, I tell myself, I'm like, you walked on fire. You can do that. You can absolutely do that. You don't have anything to be afraid of. You can achieve what you want to achieve. And, so that's amazing. So some of my key lessons from Unleash the Power Within was the triad of emotions that guide you as a person or that affect how you reflect or show up in the world. And so Tony Robbins says that all of us, the way we show up in the world is affected by three things: your physiology, your psychology, and your words. Your physiology being how you use your body. So for example, if you sat up straight and you occupied space, then you generally look more powerful. And I'm sure we all know that from all the power poses and all of that have been taught to us. However, if you sat down, with your shoulders hunched, took up a smaller amount of space and looked like you're almost apologetic or scared to be in the world, then your power and how you express yourself is completely different. So that's your physiology. Also, if you're happy and you put your shoulders back, you walk with more strength and pizzazz. Even if you're not happy and you did that, like I started talking about it, I started smiling, I feel better and smilier. If, however, you presented small, you presented poor, you presented quiet, you presented, you don't want, almost apologetic for your space, then it affects how you feel. You see that? So how you move your body actually affects how you show up in the world. The other thing is your psychology, how you think. The person, what's that poem? That as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The person who thinks that he can get it done, and the one who thinks, the difference between the person who gets it done and the one who thinks he can't get it done, or the person who doesn't get it done, is how you think. So that's your psychology. And then your words. If you say, I am excellent, I am great, I am awesome, you basically train your mind to look for excellence, to look for greatness, to look for awesomeness. You train your mind to look for what is good. But if on the other hand, your words are, oh, how are you doing? So, how is life? We're coping. We're alive. I mean, you're not even energizing your nervous system by your words. So Tony Robbins teaches that triad as a way of building up the emotions that you show to the world, and showing up to the world powerfully. So there's that triad. I think another thing that I learned that really stuck with me from my Tony Robbins experience is our attachments to our stories. So why do you tell the stories you tell? And where do they serve you? Because sometimes your excuse or your sad story is actually benefiting you, and you need to think about it. Does it get you to feel loved because people say sorry? Does it get you to feel supported if, because of a grief that happened 10 years ago, Every time at a certain year, people come over, they hug you, they make you feel special and all of that, which are all good things. But is that now your reason for not progressing to where you should progress? Because in that case, this story has now become a crutch. And how do you go beyond the crutch that it is into allowing yourself fully express and fully be, regardless of the story? So a lot of the time, the excuse we're giving ourselves, or the excuse we're given for not achieving a result, is actually beneficial to us. So if I say, for example, that I want to lose that last 10 pounds, but I can't lose it because I'm big boned, what does that mean? That then means that I don't get to go to the gym, I don't hire a trainer, I don't put in the work that I need to do because I have a story. I'm big boned. So even if I did the work, it won't give me the results that, say the other person has or that I want to have. So the story protects me from doing the work. And then it protects me from the disappointment, because every time we reach for high goals, there's always a chance that we might be disappointed. It protects me from the disappointment that maybe I don't achieve the goals. So I hide under the story and don't go for it. Do you see that? I'm sure you can apply that to different areas of your life. So don't be attached to your story to the detriment of your future. So that's another one. Another thing that I think really stayed with me from from the UPW experience, everything about it was amazing. Like I said, everyone, as I continue to grow as a business owner, everyone on my team, everyone that I work with will attend a UPW. That's one of the things that I would like to do, because it will enhance their lives so radically and enhance their contributions to what we do together. But one of the other things that I learned from UPW that has really stayed with me is how we're all fully integrated. So, the UPW experience did not leave any aspect of our human lives out. We talked about food, we talked about optimal energy, we talked about peak state, how to get yourself in your peak state. We talked about peak nutrition, how to eat to the benefit of your body, and how to eat to the benefit of your body long term, how to eat in such a way that maximizes your energy. We talked about that. We talked about your mindset. There were some cleansing meditations we took. And I think finally, one thing that has stayed with me is the visioning exercise we carried out with Tony Robbins, where Tony had us look into our future, 10 years in the future. He had us visit ourselves. He had us look ourselves, in the eye, look at our bodies. What state was our body in? He had us look at our health, our finances, the people we had around us, what we were doing, what the newspapers said about us at that time. He had us do all of that. And then he said to us, from today, start to be the person and do the things that can get you to where you see yourself 10 years from now. And that was such an empowering exercise. And up till now, sometimes, because it's almost 10 years for me since UPW, I look back and I'm like, Hajara, thank you. You've been doing the work. You're not where you want to get to yet, but you've done the work to get us where we want to be. The UPW experience was an amazing one for me. I do wish you would attend it. I do think Tony Robbins is a master. I think, honestly, he's completely amazing. And he brings in so much of himself to bring out the amazing in you. So, attend UPW. You will thank me and you'll be glad you did. Bye. Take care of you.